Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's just in brief introduction regarding regulatory affairs. So let's see what is regulatory affairs, how does it work. So I just want you all to just introduce to regulatory affairs. What are the things involved in regulatory affairs? So to begin with, we will know about what is regulatory affairs, why regulatory affairs is required, how regulatory affairs department work with an example. Okay. So anyone knows what is regulatory affairs or any idea about how does regulatory affairs works?
Yeah, it is a so it is a logistics department between a company and a market authorization holder and between the regulatory authorities to get into the registered and make it approved in order to marketing their products in their particular region or a particular region or country.
Yes, correct. So regulatory affairs is basically involved or it is a link between a pharmaceutical industry and health authority where you want to register your product and then market it. Okay. So the simple scenario, a code scenario I will show you all. So this is an applicant, which is a pharmaceutical industry. Then we have a lawyer. Lawyer's role is played by a regulatory affairs professional. And then we have what is called as judge, that is regulatory authority. So basically what we do is if a particular pharmaceutical company wants to register a product in any, say for example, in European countries or US or in any other international markets. So what we do is we collect the data from pharmaceutical industry. We study the requirement of a particular country and the guidelines. And hello, please mute yourself. So then the lawyer, that is RA professional, gathers the guidelines, the study them, and prepare what is called as dossier. Okay, and that dossier is submitted to the health authority, and health authority, based on your dossier, decides whether to grant you for registration of a product and market that product in that particular country. So it is as simple as this. So it is just an in a layman language. You can say you are a link between a pharmaceutical industry and a regulatory authority, which provides a registered prepare dossier and provide it to the regulatory authority. And in turn, you get registration of that product for the pharmaceutical company. So basically, regulatory affairs is a link between pharmaceutical company and a regulatory authority. Affairs is responsible for registration of drug product, responsible for knowing the requirements for obtaining product approvals, and it is also involved in every stage of development of new medicine and the post-marketing activities of approved medicinal products. So thus, regulatory affairs has two parts. One is the new submission of a dossier, which is registered to get a registration of a product in a particular market. And the other part is the post-submission maintenance. That is, if there is any change occur in the dossier, that should be maintained and its life cycle of a drug product should be maintained. In order to do that, we have what is called as post-approval submissions. That will include your variations, renewals, COOs, then MAH transfer and other things. Okay, so it has two parts basically. One is new submission, where you prepare the entire dossier, and the second one is the post submission. So these are the major functions of regulatory affairs. Till here, any questions? Any difficulty? No. So we'll go ahead. Now, why do we require regulatory affairs? Basically, for drug development and commercialization, this is done for money and the development. Obtain regulatory requirements for registration of drug product in the market. Protection and safety of human health. This is the most important target where we regulatory affairs is registering a product in a particular market to sell that product in that market. And the basic and the main target is to protect and safeguard the health of the human being. In order to protect and safeguard the health, the authority decides whether to grant a permission to sell this product or not. Okay, so this is the one of the main target. Second is to ensure the quality, safety, and efficacy of that product. Okay, this is why regulatory affairs is required. Now, regulatory affairs is linked with all the different types of departments. It is linked with your analytical, preclinical, R&D, your finance, your HR, logistics, QC, QA, production, marketing and sales, business development, and government authorities. Everywhere regulatory affairs is involved. So we are in contact with all these departments. So we should have knowledge about all the different departments which are present in a pharmaceutical industry, and that knowledge will help you to act as a regulatory professional. Now, how RA department works? How does a regulatory affairs department work? So, what are the regulations and different things which are involved in the regulatory affairs? First, we have health authorities. Few ones I have listed. That is MHRA is for UK. Then we have FDA, that is for US FDA. We have TGA for Australia. We have Health Canada for Canada. We have Informed. We have for Portugal. We have Anvisa. So these are few health authorities which I have listed. There are many more which we'll be studying in the entire course. Okay. Then we have, just with an example of a generic product in Europe, how to register a product in Europe we are going to study. So, any idea what is generic product? Can anyone tell me what is generic product?
A product which is equivalent to into the biological safety and efficacy of the innovator, the RLD product. It's called as a generic product.
Yes, once the patent expires of a particular product, its formulation become common to the other companies, and they can formulate it, and then it becomes a generic product with the same strength or same pharmaceutical active. It is called as generic product. So now let's see how we are going to register a generic product in Europe. So the European agency is European Medicinal Agency, is for European Union. Okay. Now, procedure for obtaining authorization in Europe. We have 4 procedures to obtain authorization in Europe. First one is centralized procedure. A marketing authorization granted under centralized procedure is valid for entire Europe. So if you get registered your product through this CP procedure, that is centralized procedure, you can market your product anywhere in the European Union. Decentralized procedure for medicinal product not falling within mandatory scope of centralized procedure. That is, centralized procedure, if you get, then you can sell it anywhere. But decentralized is just the opposite of that. The applicant may request one or more concerned member states to approve a draft assessment report, summary of product characteristics, labeling, and packaging leaflet as proposed by the chosen reference member state. So this is basically for decentralized procedure, you select one country from the European Union as your RMS, that is reference member state. To this reference member state, you provide your dossier. The RA professional will provide the compiled dossier, and that RMS will prepare a draft assessment report, which will be then submitted to CMSs, that is concerned member states, which are selected by you. And then the assessment is done by CMSs as well as RMS. And they
Yeah,
mutually.
can I have
Hello.
one question, madam, please, with your due
Yeah.
permission? Yeah,
Yeah.
because so if you are submitting the RMS, after that it was been extended to the CMS to the other other countries. So will CMS as also will review our dossier or
Yes,
DMI
of course.
of
Yes,
course.
yes, yes.
So
It will be
you
reviewed.
yeah, it
Yeah.
will. So because out of 10 CMS, so out of 10 CMS, one of the CMS has been reviewed our dossier. They have given us some deficiency funds. Do we need to be informed to the all other concerned member states which are in the DCP?
Yes, this is considered. See,
Yeah.
what does happens in RMS? We prepare the preliminary assessment report, which is in
Yes.
draft stage. So that is then submitted to all CMSs. If some CMS has concern, then it will be reflected to RMS. Then RMS will also inform the other countries that this CMS has some problem with it. So even they want to get into consideration with all this, they can also do it. So
So
this is
yeah,
mutually
so it is
decided.
a yeah, so it is a responsible for the RMS or it is a marketing holder, MEH.
What?
No, to
This is a
inform that because
responsibility of RMS because RMS is the one we have chosen as
yes,
our RMS. So RMS will do all these things.
yeah,
And
okay,
if they need any information from MAH, that is marketing authorization holder, then
mm,
the RMS will ask MAH so and so information I will require. So can you please provide it? So then it comes to MAH.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Okay.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your
So,
clarification.
yeah, welcome. So, in decentralized procedure, we choose the RMS and CMSs. Okay. Then, then what we have is mutual recognition procedure. Now, this procedure is just completely different, where we have in one of the European country, we already have a national license. Like, say, for example, in Europe, Portugal is the country where we have national authorization. This is the fourth one. Okay. National authorization means we are able to market our product only in Portugal, not in any other country of Europe. Okay, it is just differing from the centralized procedure, where centralized procedure you can register your product anywhere, but in national procedure you just have a grant to sell your product only in one particular country. Okay, now this national procedure can be converted to mutual recognition procedure. Okay, so in this case, what happened? Whatever national country we have, say I'm selling a product in Portugal by using my national authorization. Okay. So then what I do, I select Portugal as my RMS and I select some few countries which I want them to be CMS. And then RMS again prepare a draft assessment report, give it to CMSs, and then they decide whether to grant a permission to sell a product in the market. But in case of decentralized procedure, we do not have any national authorization. We are just randomly selecting our RMSs and CMSs. So this is the difference between mutual recognition procedure and decentralized procedure. So in national procedure, we just have grant in one of the EU country. This national procedure can be converted into mutual recognition procedure by considering the national country as your RMS and selecting other CMSs. In decentralized procedure, we have to randomly select our RMS and CMS. And in centralized procedure, we can get grant or we can sell a product. Once we get a grant of CP, we can sell a product anywhere in the European countries. So this is how you can register your product in Europe. Okay. Now, once if I understood what I have registered, now what is dossier preparation? So imagine a file which contain entire biodata of your drug product. What kind of drug it is, what it is used for, what is the nomenclature, what is the chemistry, what is the specification, what is the analytical procedure of it, which are the different methods involved in it, what is the validation for it, which is the procedure through which how you manufacture the product, that is batch formula, everything, that stability data, everything is put in this file, and that file is called as your dossier. Okay. Now, this dossier is prepared in a format called as common technical document. Okay, that is a format which is used to prepare the dossier. Okay. Now, this has been divided into different parts. One is module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and module 5. So the first part, that is module 1, is a regional information. That is the information which is specific to the region. Say, for example, for Portugal, I will require some kind of declaration. Say for Poland, I will require some kind of letter of authorization to be submitted. So all these things which are specific to a region are coming under module 1. And module 1 is the module which is not harmonized. And that is why it is said to be not a part of CTD, because it is not same for everyone. Okay. But other modules like module 2, module 3, 4, and 5, they are harmonized. They should be harmonized. So module 2, we have
Your voice is gone. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear us?
Yes. It's okay, madam.
No, actually, it's not from madam.
Okay. I think just now that
There's
voice
some
wasn't
issue.
interrupted, madam. Somewhere. I think.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Just give me a second.
Sure, sure.
so iPhone Laila. Hello.
Hello. Yes, yes. Actually, we
Yeah.
lost you
I
in
just
between.
got disconnected. Yeah. I started. The net got disconnected.
Oh,
Okay. So I was here. Yeah. So what do we have is module 2, which is a summary of your quality. That is module 3. Always has quality in detail. That is all the different sections. And summary of that is reflected in module 2. Then module 4 is non-clinical study reports, where non-clinical studies are done. Okay. And the overview of that and the summary of that is reflected in module 2. And clinical study report with the clinical trials, all the summary and overview is reflected again in module 2. So module 2 gives you the summary and overviews of all module 3, module 4, and module 5. Okay. So this is the format in which we submit the dossier to the authority. Then, once the dossier is prepared and as per this eCTD, what is next? What do we do next? So these are the steps to be done. We submit the dossier to the authority. Now our dossier is ready as based on the CTD sections, and we submit it to the authority. Once it is submitted to authority does the assessment of it. Then if during the assessment, if they require some kind of information, then they ask for that information. Then we get some comments based on like RMS will ask the MEH, that is the applicant, if they require any information. Then you also get comments from CMSs. And once you get the comments, if CMS also requires any information, then RMS will go to again MEH and ask for the information. So the RMS act as a link between CMSs and your MEH. Okay. And the final draft is prepared by the RMS, and then the approval is granted. Okay. So this is how the entire process goes. We have a dossier, we prepare as per the eCTD format. We prepare the dossier that is submitted to the authority. Authority does the assessment. If there are any documents required, they send the request to the MEH and they provide the document to the RMS. Then even the CMSs provide their comment and they mutually final draft is prepared by RMS and approval is granted. So now we have a registered product in a particular market. And then the product is marketed. Once the drug is approved, when we submit dossier, we have comments and we get a grant, that is the approve. What is the next step? So now we have the entire dossier. Now this comes the post approval. Now any change. Now it's a life cycle of a product. That product starts with the new dossier, and then after that, whatever changes takes place, like if there is any minor change, for example, if there is a hardness change, or there is a change in a method, or if you want to add some method, or there is a change in a limit of a parameter in a specification, all these changes need to be notified to the authority. Okay, so all these changes are called as post-approval changes. This will also include your renewal. Okay, so renewal is done after every 5 years. So let's see what is post-approval. Post-approval changes which takes place, we call it as variations. And every change in the dossier we file as a variation. Okay, now any minor change takes place in your newly filed dossier has to go through any filing of a variation. Now in Europe, we have what is called as different types of variations. That is your type 1A variation or type 1A iron, where it is to be done. Okay, so you perform it first and then tell the authority. Now, the difference between type 1A and type 1A ion is type 1A should be filed or should be informed. Once you implement the change, you should inform within 12 months. And your type 1A ion is immediate implementation. Like you have to inform the authority within 15 days. Okay, so this change is a minor change which you perform at site and then you inform the authority. Next change comes is type 1B. This is also minor, but you have to tell first, wait for the approval and then do it. Okay. If you do not get the approval within 13 days, then it is deemed to be considered as acceptable in case of type 1B. Type 2 is a major change. Major change is it is impacting the quality safety of the product. So in that case, you have to tell authority and then do it. Once you get approval from them, you have to do it. And the fourth one is urgent safety variation. That these are variations. Say, for example, if there is some adverse effect which occur because of some medicine, then this is a concern about a safety of a patient. So in that case, we have to file the variation within 24 hours. So such variations are called as urgent safety variations. So this is a classification which is done in Europe. But if you talk about US has PASS, US has CB30, US has CB0. Okay, so this is a classification for US. So as we go through the course, we'll understand different types of variations. Then what we have is the renewal. Okay, so this is also a part of your post-approval studies, that is renewal. Renewal is done after every 5 years. Okay, once you get a grant, then there is a 5 years gap in between. Any change occur should be filed as a variation, and in the 5th year, you file the renewal. The renewal filing should be started 9 months before the completion of 5 years. Okay. So it is the product life cycle will be this way. The graph will be this way. So it will start from the initial new dossier, then it will get banned for the post-approval studies, and then slowly it will go to renewal. And once renewal is granted of 5 years, then you get an unlimited grant of the renewal. So you don't have to do renewal again and again. Once you do renewal after 5 years, some countries give unlimited validity to your license. But if there are some safety issues, then they would sometime tell you to renew it again after 5 years. So it depends on the drug safety also. Okay, so if they find some risk in the drug product, then they will tell you to do the renewal after 5 years. They won't give you validity for lifetime. Otherwise, normally it is once you're granted after 5 years, you have to do renewal of your license and then they grant you unlimited validity. Okay, so this is the entire life cycle of your dossier of your product which you want to register in European market. So to summarize, we understood what is regulatory affairs, why is it required, what are the different functions of it, and how does regulatory affairs work. If you want to register a particular product in a particular market, then how you are going to do it. So this was in European market. So as we go through the course, we'll study about other markets as well. This wasn't just an introduction to your regulatory affairs. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now.
No, no, no. in US, the variations is the CB30, CB20. What other
Yeah.
what other categories are there, madam? In
Yeah,
US.
in US there is CB30, CB0. This will be considered as the minor ones, and CB30 is your moderate one, and the major one is pass.
Okay, pass is the major one. Okay.
Yes.
After CB30, CB20 and CB0 is considered as a minor one. Thank you, madam.
Yes, the minor will be CB0, then moderate will be CB30, and pass will be major.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Yes.
So, may I have to
Navya,
the course? Please,
Yeah.
go ahead, madam.
Yeah. Y'all can go
yeah,
ahead. Ask
yeah,
one by one.
yeah, Navya, myself, Vikram. I'm
Yeah.
from Hyderabad. Hyderabad. Actually,
Okay.
I'm lately I joined actually.
Okay.
Just you're given introduction about the DR. You know, what is the full course payment, madam? You're taking for full training course. What is the
That
payment of it?
payment you can ask Madhuri.
Acha,
Um.
Madhuri will take care. No?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She'll take care of it.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay. No
have dropped
problem.
my number in the chat box. I'll drop it once again. You can just WhatsApp or call me on that.
Acha, Madhuri is also line, right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
also in the yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
madam.
Okay.
Yeah, can you have it to the course curriculum? What are the topics would be covered?
Yeah.
Yes,
Course
just ping
curriculum.
me on WhatsApp and give my number. I'll share the whole curriculum with you guys.
Okay.
Anything else regarding the topic, today's topic, or the course you want to ask?
Madhuri,
Uh,
madam,
Hi.
you're taking care of the placement also, no?
Actually, we provide placement assistance in which you guys will be prepared holistically for the interviews. And
Okay.
apart from that, whenever we get the vacancies, like we are having a website where the companies also post the vacancies. So then
Mm-hmm.
we share those vacancies with you guys.
Okay. Okay. So you're having communication within India or abroad also?
We are having abroad also.
Abroad also. Okay. Okay. Madam, one more thing. Is there any course available? Means I am taking certification from the company Connect Consultancy, so that you are going to
Mhm.
offer to some PRs in abroad. Is there any courses available with respect to the regulatory, like relevant to the pharma?
I didn't get you actually.
Some consultancies offering, no, means suppose if you get certification from the consultant, they are offering PR also, permanent residence from at abroad. Not understood, no?
Actually it depends. Yeah, it depends actually. Because
Mm-hmm.
it depends on the company which is offering you that.
Okay, okay,
Like when
okay.
you apply for jobs, it depends on the company in which you are applying. Or did you get me?
Understood, ma'am.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. I think earlier Hyderabad also branches there, no? Now it is not there, no, madam, I think.
I think then.
Yes, actually, Hyderabad also we had one branch, but in Corona period we had to close it.
Closed that one, no? Now it
Yeah.
is not there, I think,
Yes.
no?